What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we are finally going to be putting all of our exterior lights on. I can show you guys, like, personally I like these halos better, but the thing is they don't work, and I will show you here. You can see right now, I always run the fog lights on. You can see how that side has both halos lighting up and the actual headlight, and on this side there's just one halo and no headlight. Now one day, eventually I want to like take it apart and look at it and see if I can fix it, but in the meantime we're going to put on our new lights, because the new lights that I have are going to be a lot brighter. Let me show you. So we have these aftermarket headlights. I bought these off of Facebook for a really good deal. Bought a lot of things off Facebook for only $40. It came with these headlights, which my buddy who had the same body style Mustang, in fact, if you go and look at one of my older videos when I tinted the taillights on my truck, you'll see his car. Now I don't know if he had these headlights on at the time or not, but these things look really good. It's all white. There's not like that amber part here at the end. They all look really good. And we also got some LED bulbs for it with the direct plug and play, so it's not like we have to do any custom wiring or anything like that. You just put it right in the housing. Comes with the rings that hold it on, extra ones, even though I got a bunch of them just laying around. But it'll be just easy, you know, plug and play. We won't have to do any custom wiring, which is another thing I like about those versus our halos, because our halos we had to do some splicing and whatnot, and I'm not gonna lie, there's some exposed wiring right now and I don't really trust it. So we're gonna take all that out. And then down here we have, these are stock tail lights, but the ones that I have on the car now leak bad, and most of the tabs are broken. Like here, I'll show you guys. There's, I think on this side, one nut's holding it on. Yeah. And then on this side, I think there's two nuts holding it on. But as you can see, that one's letting in all sorts of condensation, and that one's just like on the verge of breaking and falling out. They both leak, you know, they're broken, they're junk. I'm definitely just gonna throw those away. But these were also on his Mustang before he put aftermarket ones on. These don't leak or anything, and he even, you know, left the bulbs in there for me and the wiring harness, so you know, that was nice of him. But I'm going to tint these to make these look better, because personally, in my opinion, these stock ones don't look that good, so I'm going to tint them. And then last but not least, we have an aftermarket LED third brake light. I don't know if I'm going to tint this one yet or not. I don't know. I'm going to put it on there because I know that's a lot of chrome, and I'm not a fan of that. Especially, I'm not a fan of chrome on this car. I like the more like all black look, or like at least tinted. So I'll put this on the car for right now without a tint, and I'll just see how I like it. And then lastly, before we get into installing all this was just an idea that I was throwing around. I had a spare passenger headlight, and if you guys know, the air filter is behind the passenger headlight. And I've been really focusing on my tuner. I have been driving it a little bit, and there's still some issues that we need to fix, which I will get into that later or towards the end of this video. But I was kind of driving it around. I'm like, how can I get colder intake air temps? And then I tried, because I know on a lot of cars, like, I see them a lot when it comes to JDM cars. They sell like carbon fiber or black plastic inserts for the headlights to make like a ram air intake. Well, they don't sell anything like that for New Edge Mustangs. And I tried looking online, and there's only 2 pictures, and one of them looks like it's from like 2005, like probably the best Android quality picture I think I've ever seen, you know. And so I figured, you know, why not? I'm gonna make my own, because I don't want to just not have a headlight there. Now, I wouldn't run this all the time. This is just like a little experiment thing that I did. I hollowed out a stock headlight, And then I painted it black, then I cut it. I should have cut it, then paint it black, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see too well, but right here, that's like the curve inside the headlight, and I don't want to cut that out because then I think that looks sloppy. So I should have cut it before I painted it, but you know, you live and you learn. But basically I made a makeshift ram air intake headlight. If you guys would like to see how to do that, I can make a video on it later. This was just an idea that I was throwing around, you know, and I was probably gonna put my YouTube channel name right here. You know, I think it'd look pretty cool. But all right, enough of me talking. Let's get into installing our lights. So I have taken the halos out, undid the really crappy wiring job that I did. I cleaned it up a bit with some electrical tape, and then put the two wires, obviously wrap them individually, and then I wrap them together. I don't know why I didn't do the white ones on either side, but it won't make a difference. You know, convenient enough, since all the, you know, these wiring harnesses are such old plastic, all of the clips that normally hold it on, like you normally have to push to release, well, all these plastic tabs are broken, so it was super easy for me to just undo all this and get all of it out. So, but now before we do go any further, because I will need actual working headlights, let's put in our blinkers and our blinkers slash running lights, and let's hook up our LED bulbs and we'll see if they actually work before we move on with this. Now here's the moment of truth. I have all the lights hooked up, obviously not in the housings. I just want to see if they work before we go, you know, go from here. And I can, whoa, I can tell you right now that they both work. For some reason this one's, oh no, it's the same shade of white, but you can hear the little cooling fan running. Jeez, these are bright. Yep, you can hear them running on both sides. So they are working perfectly fine, which is the right thing we wanted. I mean, oh, that's smoking. It was hitting the bumper. Okay, so yeah, these things must get very, very hot. Well, obviously they do because they're LEDs. Okay, I'm gonna stop blinding myself and turn these off. They look great. They're not nearly as bright, you know, that you're not looking directly at them, but I mean, still, that looks 10 times better. That's gonna definitely, you know, light up the road. The white looks good. Now I definitely need to get some LEDs for these fog lights, because that's gonna drive me insane. Those yellow fog lights with, you know, nice white headlights, like, yeah, that's definitely gonna have to get changed. Well, that's for another video. For right now, I'm fine with how it looks for right now. But yeah, both the fans are cooling, you know, everything's working good. So now we can move on to our tail lights and the third brake light in the trunk. We're gonna actually start by taking these old ones out and then removing our third brake light. So to get started with this, super simple. Yeah, ignore the mess in the trunk. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been graduated for 2 years in my senior year book bag with all my work and stuff still in here. That shows you how much I haven't been able to drive this car. I mean, obviously that's changed now, but like, still. So, and the convenient part about this car is it was always super short on screws. So instead of having to remove 3 of these, I only got to remove 1. So I consider that a win in my book. But I'm pretty sure these nuts are 10 millimeter. Oh yeah. And then the nice, you know, not even tight, so I can just, you know, thread this one right off. Pretty sure I could probably do the same with the other one here. But we are going to remove both of these tail lights. And then, let me see, was that it? Oh, yeah, that was it. Okay, so out with the old here. Our wiring harness looks a little old, a little frayed, but I do have brighter bulbs in like the stock cheapos, and I have LEDs in some of the slots. So I'm gonna stick with these for right now. Now these things are complete junk. I mean, yeah, junk. So now let's move on to the other one. Same thing on this side. You just peel this bit back, and then this one screw holding it on up top here. And you see how convenient this is for me? Normally I'd have to go up, run into the garage and get a wrench and ratchet and all that. Yeah, no, not with this. Same thing on this side. I have brighter bulbs in the stock, and then I have an LED. So, and you guessed it, this one, junk. Okay, so to take this third brake light out, you're gonna need a 10mm, and then I'm using the good old Snappy Boy 3/8 impact. But it is just 2 screws. You have one right there. I don't know how well you guys can see this, I'm sorry. You got one right there, and then one right there. And then for the most part, this thing should just push, yep, right up and out like that. And then when we close the trunk, hold on, don't want you guys to see my license plate. Okay. Then you close the trunk here, and this just pulls out right like that. And then from here, we are going to unhook our wiring harness, because our new LED one, well, I'll show you guys in a minute, hooks up like how these bulbs would hook up. So we got to actually take this entire wiring harness off of this piece. I don't know how I'm probably gonna end up using some zip ties to clean it up, because you know, I'll show you guys. The wires are different on this. So first things first, let's get this wiring harness off of this old piece. I'm gonna start by taking all the bulb pieces out, and that should, for the most part, just come right out. Yeah, there we go. Then that piece is just, it's in a cross shape, or like an X shape, and that just goes in there sideways. This is the interior trunk light. So now that we got that out, this is the old one. I will keep this just in case for whatever reason. But as you guys see here, I'll show you a comparison. This is a whole LED strip, so it has, you know, little wires leading from the LED lights, whereas this had the light bulb sockets itself. So what we're gonna have to do is take all of these bulbs out, and then, like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna clean this up in the trunk, because I don't want all of this just dangling and hanging there. But yeah, we're gonna hook this up, hook back our interior light, and push everything back down. Then we'll put it in the car and hopefully test and see if it works. So it took a lot of positive reinforcement and work with some screwdriver to kind of like spread the prongs out on the inside of these sockets. But I finally got these in. I've been fighting with this for like 15 minutes now. So, you know, the smart thing to do would be to keep everything out and test it and make sure. But see, the thing is, I'm not all that smart. So we are just going to put the light back in. Now I gotta figure out there we go. We'll put the light back in here, and like that, yeah. There we go, we'll put the light back in. Let's tighten this down, and then I was checking up on our tail lights. They are completely dry now, so we can get to spraying those. Okay, so you know, I was saying that, you know, I wasn't you know, the sharpest knife in the drawer. Well, yeah, here's another reason why. So the nuts that came off of our stock one are actually way too big. Like literally, I'm sliding it on the stud and it's not even threading on. So I'm gonna look around the garage here, see if I have a nut that would fit that or even close enough. And if not, then we're gonna have to make a trip to the hardware store and get a nut and a washer that'll fit it. Well, sure enough, don't have the part. So I gotta run to the hardware store. I'll be back. I got there in the nick of time because I don't even think I was supposed to go in there. I'm pretty sure they were closed already, but they must have forgot to turn off their automatic door. But I don't really care. Either way, we got this dinky ass nut and washer, but it should work to hold this in place. The washer is plenty big enough to cover that hole. So now we can just screw these in, and then we could actually close the trunk down. I think there might be a little bit of an issue with it seating, but that's okay because I have some industrial strength adhesive. It'll take care of it, you know. We'll be good. So I'm gonna put these nuts on, and then we're gonna see how this looks. right, guys, that is a wrap for tonight. I noticed on the third brake light that the last few closest to the driver's side weren't lighting up right. I don't know what the issue is with that. I will look at it some other time. But overall, it looks really, really good. I bet the results will be even better in the daytime. I figured I'd stick with a night shot because it really shows off, you know, especially those LEDs. It really shows off, you know, how bright they can actually be. I can only imagine what the high beams are like. I didn't turn them on. But thank you guys so much for watching. We've hit 100. In fact, we're actually at 107, and this channel has been growing every day. And I know I didn't upload last week. I'm sorry about that. But even with me not uploading, I'm still gaining subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that. You don't understand. I mean, you probably can't tell by how monotone my voice is because I'm tired. But I am truly thankful for you guys. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. And I know 100 is such a small milestone for a YouTube channel. I mean, it's nothing compared to what the potential can be. But I only see this as the start. I hope this is only the start and that, you know, it's just going to keep getting bigger. Our numbers are going to keep getting better, more views. Our EGR delete video is at 800 something. That was the last time I checked, and I think that was a day or two ago. Who knows what it's at now? It's getting close to 1,000. And so, I mean, like, thank you guys for that. It'd be my second video to hit 1,000 views. And I expect it to go that far and to actually hit 1,000 views. My Mishimoto cooling fan one, even though that was my worst video and my first video, it has 1,400 views, roughly, right around there. And I never imagined that, especially for my first video. You know, and it's crazy to see that another video is gonna hit the 1,000 view milestone. That is getting me one step closer to being monetized on YouTube. Obviously, I have to have 1,000 subs in order to be monetized, but it also includes 4,000 public watch hours. And so gaining massive views like that, especially for this small of a channel, is just helping me prepare for when I hit 1,000, then I could start monetizing. Because I would like this to be my career. I would like to keep doing this stuff, you know, for as long as I can, you know. Till I get old or whatever, you know. I would not only like to just teach people how to do stuff and share my passion and hopefully inspire someone else to do this, someone else to start a small YouTube channel and to grow it, you know. Not only would I like that, but I would also like this to be my career, because I'm really sick of, you know, working a normal payroll job. I really am. But enough of me rambling. So we have hit 100. Thank you guys so much. While I'm thinking of it here, we have to put a new clutch in that car. Like, bad. I mean, really, really bad. It's when it gets up to operating tempo, one, the clutch is engaging literally when the pedal is like fully released. And that's bad. I've tried the self-adjustment method where you lift the pedal up and then you slowly push it. You're supposed to hear clicks. It didn't help me any, and I don't feel like crawling underneath the dash and adjusting the clutch pedal by the forks. So instead, we're going to replace it. Plus my throwout bearing is going out. But right here we have everything we need to completely replace the clutch and also preventative maintenance stuff. Like, my rear main seal isn't leaking, but while I'm there, you know, we got a rear main seal. These are Ford Performance flywheel bolts. We have a BBK fully adjustable clutch cable with a quadrant and a firewall adjuster. So brand new cable and everything, just to make sure that the one that's on the car now isn't stretched or damaged in any way. Plus this would allow easy adjustment for it if the clutch is starting to wear down over time. So good thing we got that. And then with our clutch, we obviously got to get a nice flywheel to go with it, because it'd be pointless to keep that stock heavy iron flywheel on there. So I have an Exeedy, I don't know how you say it, but it is a lightweight flywheel made out of forged billet steel. It's a lightweight flywheel, and yeah, so there's not too much exciting about it. It's just an aftermarket flywheel. I'm hoping it's a 6-bolt. It's a Romeo engine in there, so it should be a 6-bolt. If not, I'm going to be kind of sad. And to go with that, we have an Exeedy, I'm just going to call it that, Stage 1 Mach 500 clutch kit. which comes with the clutch disc, the pressure plate, obviously, you know, the real power adders here. We got some stickers. It comes with a new throwout bearing, a new pilot bearing, an adjustable, or not an adjustable, sorry, a clutch adjustment tool, or alignment tool. Here's the pressure plate for it. I will be doing a video on this. This probably might not be for another week or so, because I'm planning on next week's video is to be me documenting driving to going and picking up our new vehicle for the channel. Yeah, we got a pilot bearing, throwout bearing, clutch alignment tool, and here's the clutch disc. It's just an organic disc. It's not nothing crazy, you know, it's just a standard organic clutch disc. Now I'm hoping this is going to last me a while. If not, then, you know, time for even more upgrades. But in the meantime, this will definitely work. These are rated around like 500 to 600 foot-pounds of torque, and so I know that I'm going to be plenty good for a while. Make sure to subscribe, like the videos, share this with your friends. Help me grow this channel into something amazing. Thank you so much, and have a good night.